I'm Sophia. I'm 11 years old and I live in California. And welcome to Sophia's English lessons. In my last video, I read you this book called Gaston by Kelly DePuccio. And now, since this was a pretty long book, I'm gonna just explain all of these words that are some of the hard words in this book. So, if you haven't looked at that video yet, the link will be in the bio down below. So, it's recommended that you watch that video before watching this because you'll have no idea what we're talking about. So, check out the link down below when I actually read the whole thing. So, these are the words from Gaston by Kelly DePuccio, illustrated by Christian Robinson. So let's start. So, our first word up here, teacup. So I'll just write it down here so you can see it better. Teacup. So, in the beginning it said Fifi, Fufu, and Ulala, the poodle puppies, were the size of a teacup. When we're having tea, it's those cups that we use, and then we put on the plate and you drink tea. You know those kind of cups? It looks kind of like this. So it's like a cup, but then there's like this handle. And then you get it and you're like, so that's a teacup. And now let's move on to teapot right here. So instead of teacup, it's teapot. So you see there's a teacup. That's too small. There's a teacup right here with the handle, but then what pours the tea inside the cup? So it's like more like of a big circle. There's a handle. So there's tea inside of here, and then you just take it and pour it in the cup. Take it, pour it. So there's a little hole here. So when you tip it, the tea goes out of here and into the cup. So that was teapot. Follow me. Teapot. Teapot. Good job. So once more, teapot. Good job. So that was over here. Now this one. You've probably never heard of this before, but Mrs. Poodle always said, wee wee. So wee, I'll write that here again. That's actually not in English. O-U-I, that's actually yes in French. So this is yes. But then in French. So the mother of the bulldogs asked Miss Poodle a question, and she would always say, wee wee, but then that would be yes, yes. But then it's in French, because French is like a very proper place. So the poodles were proper, so she probably just used French for that. Sorry about that. I've had a cold lately, and I'll explain that in the other video. So next, over here, is kibble. So kibble is like the dog food that dogs usually eat. So this is their bowl, but then they're usually shaped like triangles. They're triangles that the dogs eat. So there's tiny, like this small, and then there's a bunch in dog bowl, and that's what dogs eat, kibble. So Mrs. Poodle taught the poodles how to nibble their kibble, not like they're like nibble their kibble. So follow me. Kibble, kibble. One more time, kibble. Good job. So next is precious up here. So Mrs. Poodle called her poodle very precious. So precious poodles. That means a lot to her, and like poodles are like cute and just like very valuable to them, like very precious. So follow me, precious. Once more, precious. Good job. So the poodles were very precious. Now, tough. The bulldogs were very tough. Not like the poodles, which were all like dainty, but the poodles were like, so they're like all tough. So the poodles were all nice and dainty, like they were very proper. I'll explain that later. But then the bulldogs were tough, like strong and like mean. So they were tougher. So follow me, tough. Once more, tough. Good job. So now let's move on to tender. So tender means like kind of the same thing as proper. So I'll explain those two together. So tender, which is like nice and caring, like giving. So like if one person's like, can I borrow your marker? And then this person has a bunch of markers. And they're like, sure. But then that is tender, being tender. Like being nice. Okay, so the poodles taught the bulldogs to be tender, nice and giving. So follow me, tender. Once more, tender, tender. Good job. So now proper. Proper is like all dainty and like prim. Not like all messy, just like everything's proper. Everything's nice and in place, and everything just has to look pretty. So long ago in like England or France or something, they might like, the ladies might sit like this and be like, and sip their tea and be all proper. So follow me, proper, proper, proper. Good job. Now let's go down a row and go to burly. So burly is the same thing as tough. It's like, just like that kind of attitude. Like tough and mean. So burly is like all strong. So the bulldogs were burly and taught the other poodles to be burly too. So in the picture, the dogs, okay, I'm bad at drawing dogs, but the dogs were like they're like biting onto a rope, and then they were having like a tug of war. So that's being like tough and burly, because they're like pulling on a rope. And then there's another dog here. So like teaching each other to be burly. Okay, that was a waste of time. Puppies. So in this book, all of the dogs are puppies. These are all puppies. So one of them is just a puppy, but a lot of them are puppies. I'll explain. So puppy, there's a Y. It's only one. But then to make it plural, there's a grammar rule. Drop the Y and add I-E-S. So usually you'd add S or ES, but then when there's a Y at the end, usually drop the Y and add I-E-S. So that's usually to all the Y ending words. Puppies. Follow me. Puppies. Once more. Puppies. Good job. Now, brood. Brood is like a family. So like in the book it said they're burly brood. So their family of bulldogs all burly, but then all of them are like a burly family. So a brood is kind of like a race or family or group kind of thing. So let's just see. There's a dad. There's a mom. And then there's a little kid in the middle. So this is like a brood, a family, a group. So follow me. Brood. Once more, brood. Good job. Now, nibble. So Mrs. Poodle taught Ulala, Fifi, Fufu, and Gaston to nibble their kibble. So instead of being like nom, 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 and eating it all crazy, it's just taking. They're like nibble, not like and all messy. So very neat way of eating, just nibble. So nibble. Follow me. Nibble. Once more, nibble. Good job. So now stroll. Mrs. Poodle took her little poodles for a stroll at the park. It's just like normally walking around, just taking a stroll. Just taking a walk. So people can usually take strolls around the park. Just walk around for pleasure. Just strolling. Pretty much the same thing as taking a walk. So follow me. Stroll. Once more, stroll. Good job! And that's all of our words. Let's just go through a review. You can follow after me if you want. Teacup. Teapot. Weep. Kibble. Precious. Tough. Tender. Proper. Burly. Puppies. Brood. Nibble. And lastly, stroll. So, good job. these are words from Gaston, this book right here. You can probably borrow it at your library or buy it on Amazon or at a bookstore. So, Gaston, it's a really fun book. I really liked it. One of my favorite books. So, if you happen to just really like it, you can go buy it somewhere. So, these were our words from Gaston by Kelly DiPuccio. And remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And bye!